You've likely heard of a rough breakup before, but I seriously doubt you've heard of one quite as horrifying as the one I'm about to tell you about, okay? We've all been through rough breakups before, and they suck. But, you know, this one that I've been through, it really rattled my whole life. Hate to say it. And you know, some of us need to go through a breakup, I would say. Some of us don't really need to be with that person. The purpose of making this video is that if even one person feels like seen in their experience, I did my job and I got my lick back on my ex, okay? I have my bestie here for moral support. She'll be coming in to give a little context to the situation because she was there for most of it. With that being said, I need to give every disclaimer under the sun real quick. Every trigger warning you could possibly think of, all right? We got SA, we got DV, suicide, we got self-harm. Oh, yeah, and can't forget to mention addiction. So if any of those things feel like they might be a little bit triggering for you today, click off this video. You could go watch my last vlog. That was a fun little, happy little, jolly little time. Today, it's getting a little dark, all right? I'm not gonna lie, it's a little dark. Chapter 1, history has written. History has written. This all began after my year of being single, celibate, and sober. Okay, so in 2024, I decided I'm gonna be single, celibate, sober. I need to stop looking for answers outside of myself, so I need to commit to just looking inward, because I had been through all these really traumatizing breakups and really traumatizing relationships before, and I just felt like I needed to end that cycle some way, somehow. So I figured if I just had a year to like fully commit to my relationship with myself, maybe that would help a girl out. I had all these relationship patterns. I had a history of abusive relationships. And so I really just thought, this is gonna break the cycle. My goal was to build up my sense of self so that nobody could take that away from me again. And then eventually I started dating again. That was beginning of 2025. I met this girl. Her name was, we're gonna call her Denver, okay? She really represents my time here in this city, which is like pretty much my whole life. It just really all came to a head. As this relationship started, I truly, in my heart of hearts, believed this is the relationship that I've been looking for. I fully ended the cycle of abuse. My single, celibate, sober year worked out for me. Finally, I met somebody who doesn't treat me like a little piece of shit. Really, we had an overall healthy dynamic. We had really good communication. What was really different about her is that she like wanted to take care of me. She was really gung-ho about like, I want to take care of you. I want to provide for you. I want you to like be in your receiving feminine energy. And I was like, okay, T. All of my relationships in the past had ran me dry, like my wallet, my personality, my dignity. Pretty much everything that you could think of. My past relationships had really just run me dry. So here's this woman like, I just want to support you, and she really loved my music and like wanted to support my music career. So she was like, I want to take care of you. And I was like, wow, I broke that cycle so fucking hard, bitch, that this girl wants me to quit my job. Like, that's crazy. This is what I was thinking, okay? This is what I thought. So in true lesbian fashion, eventually we ended up moving in together. Okay, do we U-Haul? Yes, we U-Hauled. Okay, fuck you. I understand that that's not a good idea now. But back then, I was naive. And I thought, this is the healthiest relationship I've ever been in, so like, why the hell not? Let's save a little coin. Like I said, she made her desire to financially support me very, very clear. I was at the time working a day job plus doing music on the side, and she fully convinced me to quit my day job and was like, I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna take care of you. I want you to just be able to like fully focus on your music because you've never gotten the chance to do that before. I was really uncomfortable with that. So I kind of gave her a lot of pushback because I was like, I don't know, I just like don't know if that's the best idea. I felt really bad about it and I felt a lot of guilt around it. So I was kind of pushing back on that idea for a long time. But she insisted that I was just uncomfortable receiving that from her because of my trauma. So she was like, you're just used to like being the one to give so much in a relationship and you deserve this. Just let me support you and don't let your trauma rule your life and all the blah, 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 blah. So eventually I was like, okay, I'm just gonna accept this, say thank you, and like try my best to learn how to receive right now. So that's what I started trying to work on. Besides my discomfort in this one specific area, I felt like most things about our relationship were running pretty smoothly. I really let my guard down over time and learned to trust her. And I ignored this tiny little inkling of a feeling in my body that maybe there was something a little bit off about this girl, because I couldn't match anything in reality to this weird feeling that I had, because everything that she communicated with me, all the ways that she showed up in our relationship, our dynamic and everything, like there was no reason for me not to trust her in the real world. Like I had no evidence given any way that she was acting that there could be anything off or wrong. So I honestly just assumed that this little tiny little feeling that I had in my body was just me projecting my trauma, to be honest. So I just kind of was like, okay, I need to work through this. I need to figure out how to be in a healthy relationship. I clearly have these issues that I need to work through. So in moments when I felt like I couldn't trust her, like I just felt like it was my job to work through my issues. I really thought, you know, this is my past haunting me, not her. And then, you know, well, we'll get there. Okay, chapter 2, the beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end.
Slowly, some issues started to develop. She started having mental breakdowns. At first, it was just like one mental breakdown, and I was just like, okay, totally, like everybody has mental breakdowns, like no big deal. But then it just started being like more and more often, and it started getting a little bit more and more intense. I started getting a little bit concerned about it. And there was this one day, I'm gonna call Honey over for this part.
Oh, I'm here for story time.
This is Honey. She's gonna support me through talking about some of this because she was there. She was like literally there.
I was physically there, yes. Physically, mentally, all of it.
Okay, so here's where we are in the... Yeah, and we need to talk about the Pride situation and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
You remember Pride last year?
I remember Pride last year.
Okay.
I can remember Pride last year.
Yeah. And then that one time. Okay, so like I said, she started having some mental breakdowns, and there was a period of time in which Honey was staying at her place. You could take that away.
Yes, so I was staying with them because I had experienced SA, and so I didn't feel comfortable in my house, and they were gracious enough to invite me there. More so, you know, Brooke. I don't know, even Denver was also quite welcoming of me in the moment, which we'll get to why that is significant later. Essentially, Brook Lynn and I had a day or an evening when we were talking, and we had just kind of a really beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Yes, where like it felt really deep. It was like breaking a lot of generational shit, and it was really beautiful.
Essentially, like I had experienced SA in the past. She was experiencing the fallout from what had happened to her. We were just talking about it being triggering for me, but also like it being really healing for me to be able to be there and support her. So we just like had this moment where we just came together, and we were like just really grateful to be able to have each other in that moment. Denver at that time had
Gone to bed,
and we just decided to stay up and hang out, and that's when we ended up having this conversation.
and then it was the middle of the night. The moment was like somewhat over, and we were just like giggling and chatting before we were gonna go to bed. And then Denver comes out to go to the bathroom, and we're like, oh my gosh, can we tell you like what had happened? And so we like talked to her about it, and she was like, wow, this is so cool. But like you could obviously tell
She was like having a hard time.
Yeah, she was trying to be supportive, but something was like wrong. And so I didn't think much of it. Did you think much of it in the moment?
I didn't think too much of it. I was just kind of like, you know, she was upset that she wasn't a part of it, and like I get that in a sense, but at the same time, you know,
because like that
she couldn't hide her feelings on her face.
Yes, we wouldn't be telling you this if it didn't lead to something worse. It was the next morning, we were eating, and she had a plan to go see her friend and like go out. It was really chaotic. She was like kind of
running around the house.
Yes, and I was just like, I guess she's kind of stressed. Maybe she didn't sleep well. Whatever. We were eating,
but we were chilling. On the couch. Yeah.
She had bolted out the door and been like, bye, and I was like, bye. And then one of us had noticed that she was still in her car, and like she hadn't like left, and so we were like, is she crying?
Yeah, we were like, is she okay? So we didn't know what was going on. Then she eventually came back inside.
Stormed back inside.
We heard her stomping up the stairs before she even walked through the door, and she's got a lot of emotions about the fact that her windshield wiper cracked.
Mind you, the crack was so small.
No, because like when we were looking outside, we thought, because I don't have that great of vision, I was just like trying to like see what she was talking about. I was like, damn, it must be like a really bad crack in the window, because she was distraught and stormed into our closet, into our bedroom closet. And
she gets in, she slams the door, she bolts to the back of their room to their closet and slams it. And we're both sitting on the couch like, what?
We're like, what happened? Is it just about, like, it can't be just about the windshield. But then we like look outside, we're trying to see, and I was like, I thought it was a huge crack. But then I go out there and like the crack is like this big, and it's like, yes, that sucks, but like that reaction was like, different.
I was just sitting on the couch and I was like, you should talk to her. It feels like she probably just like, I'm not gonna like impose or whatever. And then
I like went into the closet and tried to talk to her. She said that she felt like this entity that was in her closet was cutting the lights so she couldn't see anything. She said her vision kept going black. She was like, but I feel like weirdly comforted sitting in here with it. So she like asked me to leave and like didn't want to talk to me. She just wanted to talk to whatever entity was in the closet. So I was like, okay.
Also, mind you, when she was communicating this to her, like it wasn't like she was not calm. Imagine a little kid, maybe a toddler, who didn't get ice cream when they really wanted it. She was not having it.
Yeah, she was yelling at me essentially. It was like a known fact that there was like something going on with the closet because it would like open and close on its own and stuff like that. So I don't know, I just kind of felt like there was something in that closet. She felt like there was something in that closet, so whatever. But she had said that she always felt like the entity in the closet was sinister. So then for her to say that she was getting comfort from the entity in the closet, I was kind of like, okay, queen. Love that for you. I mean, I guess if you want the entity, the sinister little girl in the closet to comfort you, that's okay. Like, that's totally fine. Like, whatever you need.
Whatever you need, girl.
The fallout of that was essentially just that I tried to address it with her later when she had calmed down, and she had said that she was like upset that Hunnie was staying with us because she felt like she wasn't getting enough attention from me, and it just felt like it was like taking away from her. Mind you, again, like we had been connecting over like our mutual experiences with SA because we had both been SA'd in our home.
So like, you know, my home was like literally not safe. And so, you know.
So it was a little bit,
I don't know. Truly, like, in the moment, I was like, yeah, for sure, totally. And then
she was like, yeah, it's your home.
it's your
like,
home, I understand.
That's valid.
Yeah, everybody has boundaries, that's fine.
But it's just the reasons.
Yes.
It wasn't about what it should have been about. If you were gonna have that boundary, it shouldn't have been about me. It should have been about you. So then, had she ever told you about her dreams? Okay, yeah, because she started having weird dreams too. This was like another one of the things that was like the beginning of the end vibes, right? One of the dreams that she started having was that there was this weird siren entity. Again, an entity. I don't fucking know what to call it. There was some siren that would come to her in her dreams that would impersonate me. I'm a singer, so apparently this siren kind of entity would like be outside trying to lure her outside. It would take the form of me. When she tried to address it, it turned into a little gremlin that like crawled on the floor, and then it like stopped looking like me. So that was scary. There was another demon that kept visiting her. She called it a demon, so I'm gonna call it a demon. There was a demon that started visiting her at night, also pretending to be me. And so it would like create this whole facade that she's like in the same room, and it would try to like seduce her. And I will say our intimate relationship like wasn't that great because I'm kind of on the A spectrum, definitely very demi, which I had told her from the very beginning of our relationship. She was very aware of where I was at with all that stuff before getting into a relationship with me. And so when I just like don't feel energetically super connected and open with somebody, my body completely shuts off. I really don't have any control over that. That's just how it happens. Like unless I feel like super open, cared for, and like connected with somebody, I really can't engage in intimacy with somebody. So we were having intimacy issues, and this demon would try to seduce her and try to like get her to have sex with it. She would like pull herself out of the dream, and then she'd come back and it looked a little bit less like me each time. It looked a little bit less like our room each time. So she talked about going through this loop one night over and over and over again. I was sleeping this same night that I'm referring to, and I like woke up in the middle of the night and I saw her just like sitting up, rocking back and forth. Felt like there was dark vibes around her, dark energy around her, and so I was kind of like spooked, but I just went back to sleep because I couldn't wake myself up. But I did remember that, so I asked her about it the next day, and that's when she told me that this is what was happening. I would start to hear bells every time that I would wake up in the night. Like it was weird, and she would also be hearing the bells, and I would start hearing children's voices, and she would be hearing the children's voices. So shit just started to get really spooky. Okay?
Sinister.
I will say, when it comes to the demon that I was talking about that was trying to seduce her, she did say when she was sitting up that night rocking back and forth, she felt like that demon was trying to like suck all of her energy out of her. And she told me verbatim, like she looked at me and said like, I'm gonna ruin this relationship. She said verbatim, one day this demon is gonna win and it's gonna take me away.
Oh.
She said she felt like she was fighting a battle against it, like
I
for her.
I remember that, but it was never, she never said it like that to me.
Really?
She was always like, she's like, I feel like I'm fighting against like myself to like not ruin this relationship. And I was like, totally, we all have feelings like that.
To me, she very much said she was fighting against this demon to the point that she had drawn this demon when she was a little kid. Showed me a drawing of her ripping her heart out and handing it to the demon. It was a drawing that she made when she was like very young. And she said that that's who she's been battling with for her consciousness.
Crazy. That's crazy. Because I got like the gist of it and like the generals. I didn't realize it was all that.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
So that was scary. And then besides all the dreams and the spiritual shit, one of the more physical world things that started to get in the way of our relationship was that she would start to get really aggressive with me when she was drunk.
red flag!
Okay, yeah, so eventually she started becoming a completely different person when she was drunk. I'm talking night and day. Her personality was one way, and then she would get drunk and it was a completely different way. It became an issue because she started physically harming me every time that she drank, and she would always drink way too much. Like she couldn't just do 1 or 2 or even 3 drinks. She had to drink at least 5 drinks every time that we went out.
And all of the like physical harm stuff was on accident.
I'm sure it was on accident.
Yes, but also like the lack of care, it kept happening after you'd had conversations with her.
The first time that it happened was Pride last year, 2025. We had a bunch of friends over. I say friends because it was just people that she knew that I didn't really fuck with, to be honest. My friends came, and so we were just kind of all hanging out, doing our thing. And then
I was also there.
She was there. We went to this outdoor sapphic event. You know, she had already been drinking like the whole day up to this point, so she was already acting weird, and I would just get uncomfortable with the way that she would start acting when she was drunk. Because I don't know if you've ever met somebody who has a like fully a different personality when they're drunk. It makes you uncomfortable. So I don't know if you've ever experienced that, you know what I'm talking about, where it's not just like, oh, you're drunk and you're acting drunk. It's like you're drunk and you're acting like
a different
person. When you're dating someone especially, that's like really uncomfortable. When Hunnie gets drunk,
I just get lovey.
she just gets more Hunnie, you know what I mean? She's just more everything.
Which I'm already a lot, so that's crazy.
She's just like more emotional.
More emotional, more lovey, more tender, always crying, but happy.
Likes to dance around.
Yeah.
It's still Hunnie though. It's just like everything amplified. With Denver, I almost said her name. Yeah, with Denver, just completely different person. How would you describe how she was different?
What I experienced of her when she was drunk, any of the tenderness, the softer side's gone.
Yes,
Like, gone.
that's such a good description. Like human emotion.
Yes.
And like the way that we connected on like a human to human level.
Yes.
It's like she just didn't give a fuck anymore. Like she had no empathy. She didn't really give a fuck about her surroundings.
Like she had fun and all that, and so I get why a lot of people probably didn't know. Not a lot of people, but like
I think most people didn't really notice. Yeah.
But it's
because
like,
it kind of just gives like she's just having a good time, doesn't really give a fuck. But when you really know her,
it's like her any sense of ground was gone.
Yeah.
Completely gone.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't soft, she wasn't kind. With her, when she would get drunk, it's like it fed her disassociation and she loved it.
Yeah.
And so it like pushed her further into disassociation and detachment from herself.
Yes, and she would just keep going. So back to the Pride situation. She had already been acting different the whole day. So I was already a little bit on edge. This is weird, and I already didn't really like being around her when she was drunk. And then this day, everything got worse because we went to this event. It was like this outdoor sapphic event. You know, everybody's dancing, having a good time. I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm talking to people. She just comes up to me and literally yanks me away. I swear to God, she could have dislocated my shit by the way that she yanked me. And so then all of a sudden, I'm being dragged away from the middle of a, like, no, excuse me, no, can I borrow her for a second? Just literally grab me away. So I'm like, sorry to the people. Like as I'm like being dragged, I'm like, sorry guys, catch you later. So yes, I got yanked.
I got fucking yanked.
Takes me into this, I don't know, there was like this truck that was like open in the back and it had like lights in it.
And like you could dance.
And they were playing music, so it was like a dance kind of thing. It was like the back of a semi-truck. So it had a top, a lid, I was about to say. Already not really feeling like dancing because it's like there's just like a whole crowd of people. I wasn't really that drunk because I just felt like if she got really drunk, I had to take care of her because there was just times when she was like really sloppy when she was drunk. So I wasn't really feeling the dancing, and so I was like telling her like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. No, just do it. Forced me into the truck. Just like trying to smile, like trying to be okay because I'm like really overstimulated. Then she picks me up, nearly slams my head into the top of the truck. So I had to fully bend back because I almost got my head bashed in. At that point, I was like so shook because I was like, oh my God, I almost just got seriously injured. That was crazy. I decided to get out of the truck and I was upset. And then she followed me and then proceeded to spill 2 drinks in each of my shoes. Continued to drag me and just like grabbing my wrists really hard. Things like that the whole night, that at this point I was just like so overstimulated, so done with it. Like I could not do it anymore because I just felt like I had no bodily autonomy anymore. And for context, I also had an ex-girlfriend from a couple years before who I ended my relationship with because every time that she was drunk, she essayed me. Because of that, I get really nervous when my partner is drunk already. The whole losing my bodily autonomy thing really starting to trigger me. So
and also she had already explained this to Denver prior to this, so this was like no knowledge.
I had told her like, I just need you to be like extra on your P's and Q's about asking for consent before you do things when you're drunk.
Which is not hard. It's not hard.
Yeah, especially just because I wasn't even expecting that to maybe necessarily be for everything, but it was just like me being aware of where I'm at in my process of healing. That area could be triggering for me. So I had already made that known to her prior. Even though this specific time at Pride like wasn't super intense, it was still fucked up, but it wasn't crazy intense. At least I didn't get injured, even though I almost got injured. Still was just like feeling so triggered at that point that I was like, I don't even know what to do. So I decided to go home, and then she wanted to go home with me, even though I wanted her to stay out because I honestly needed time alone. I told her I need to spend some time alone, and she refused. Took an Uber home with me.
And on theme, it gets worse.
Everything just gets worse in this story.
Because you could be listening to this being like, oh, okay, this doesn't really sound like that bad. You have no idea.
Just wait.
You have no idea. Fast forward a few weeks, Denver hosted an event with her friend Earl. Was on the mic and like doing all that stuff, hosting another Sapphic event. We had all decided to go out afterwards to a bar.
There were like people from Fair Love Ultimatum, there were like people from the cast there.
Yeah.
And so we were just like talking to them. But I want to bring into context that at this point I had a conversation with Denver about what had happened. She had apologized profusely.
Never gonna do that again.
She said that anytime that we went out together, that she would never drink more than 2 drinks when out with me until I started feeling safe with her again.
Remember the 2 drinks. That will be important. I'm talking to somebody, having a conversation with someone, and then Brooklyn comes up to me and she's like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. At this point, I had seen Denver kind of walking around, like kind of upset looking and just kind of looking like, I was just like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm assuming I'll find this out later.
Just like, I just need to like talk to my best friend about the situation because I had already been having a conversation with Denver about what I was upset about, which was that she physically harmed me again. We were eating before we went out to the next place, slammed my leg into the table because she was trying to get out of the table. Didn't even notice. And it was hard. So like I was in pain. Told her I'm just upset because this happened again and because you are like 7 drinks in right now, and you told me that you would never have more than 2 drinks when we go out again until I feel comfortable with you.
And there was also a whole thing where she was kind of rewriting things that had happened. Basically, it was a miscommunication of if you wanted to stay out or not. Her leg had already been slammed. That conversation just kind of added to it. Denver was basically just trying to twist the story around.
She was saying that she was being really considerate of me because she could tell that I was upset, asking me if I wanted to go home early, and I said, no, I'm having fun. And she said, well, I want to go home early. And then she told me that she was saying that she wanted to go home early because she knew that I wanted to actually go home early, but that she felt like I couldn't say that. And so I was just like, what the fuck? Like, just say what you want.
And so I said, what the fuck? Just say what you want.
Yeah, I just kind of felt like she was kind of being manipulative. She could have just said what she wanted if she wanted to stay out. So then she was like, no, I actually do want to stay out. And then she said that she didn't want to stay out. So I was just getting confused and I was like, I feel like I'm being manipulated. Like, this is the feeling that I get when I know I'm being manipulated. So that's what I feel like is happening right now. Then when I used that word, she got really upset.
Real upset.
So then she starts pacing around the whole event.
She tried to like sit down right in front of us for like a couple minutes, and you had to tell her again, like, hey, can you please give me a second?
Felt like I was getting nowhere in my conversation with her because she was just telling me that what I was experiencing didn't actually happen. I was telling her about where she slammed my knee, and then I was telling her about how I just didn't like how she was communicating, and then she told me that she never said that she wanted to go home. You're just saying things at this point. So I was like, I need to talk to somebody more sane right now because I feel like I'm starting to go crazy. I didn't say that to her, obviously, but I was just like, listen, I feel like this conversation is getting nowhere. For my own regulation, I need to talk to my friend. So I need a little bit of space. That's when I started talking to Hunnie.
And mind you, when she was telling Denver this, she was saying no constantly. I don't know why we can't just talk about this. Just talk to me now. Talk to me now. Talk to me now. I want to talk about this. And that's important for later as well.
That's also important for later because I kept saying, no, not right now. I don't want to have this conversation right now. We were literally just going in loops. And honestly, I'm not just gonna fold and be manipulated. If you're gonna gaslight me and tell me what I literally experienced didn't happen, our conversation is over.
Yes.
And we can talk when you're of sound mind.
And so her and I were talking to her, and we were like, hey, we're gonna have this conversation. We love you. It's gonna be okay. Just give us a couple minutes. We started talking. We kind of like came to like a resolution, and a lot of things to this point hadn't been like super big red flags. We were just trying to figure it out.
So I needed that. I got what I needed in that moment. We were like, she's probably just having a moment right now. Let's maybe just go home and see if we can talk to her and figure these things out.
We were done talking and we're like, where'd she go? Denver had borrowed a jacket from somebody during the event because we'd all gone out in tank tops because it was summer. The person was like looking for the jacket. We were like, I don't know where she is actually. Where did she go? And so we tried to text Denver and we're like, hey, where are you? This person's looking for their jacket. Then
She was like, I left it at the front.
what do you mean you left it at the front?
We walk up to the front of the venue. This random person's jacket is just like slung over the entryway. She just had like slung it over someone else's belonging. Okay, that was disrespectful as fuck, and I'm so sorry that she did that. I brought the jacket back and they were like, that's crazy. She said she would bring it back to me personally, and I was like, I'm sorry about that. Like, I don't know, she's having a moment.
We get in the car and we lived about like a mile away from this bar. We lived on a dangerous ass street. If you live in Denver, you know what Colfax is, okay?
And this was like a rough part of Colfax. This is where you shouldn't be walking around alone.
No, and so we're trying to find Denver and we're like, where are you?
She's turned off her location.
Last thing she had told you or texted you was like, I'm walking home. And we're like, don't walk home.
Yeah, we were like, we'll come get you.
Do not walk home. It is not safe. It was the middle of the night on like what, a Saturday or some shit?
And she was completely alone and crackheads everywhere.
No, deadass.
It couldn't have been that long. When I tell you this bitch was power walking, because like the way that we got back to the apartment building, like she was almost there.
Like fake Tom Cruise, but walking in large strides. Like
we fully drove there. She beat
damn
us.
near there. Yes. Yes. Because we had to find parking and shit. We get there and she's like turning onto the street that we lived on. This girl is fucking like going.
She is going, moving at the speed of light. We're looking for parking, but she's already past the apartment. So then I just like get this feeling in my gut. I'm like, fuck, she's going to the lake.
About to go walking in City Park at around like 1 o'clock in the morning. We're 2 blocks away from Colfax. No. Power walk trying to catch up to her because she'd passed the apartment. We're like, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? What are you doing? She starts breaking down and losing it, being like, I'm fine, looping.
Over and over again.
Being like, it's fine. We're trying to be like, hey, love you, it's okay, your relationship is not over.
She also, again, just disregarding my experience and everything that had happened. Over and over, just trying to say how she was like in the right.
Her eyes were also, while she was saying this, completely glazed over, and it was fast. It's fine. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why this is happening. Blah, 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 blah. Talking a mile a minute.
Somebody needed to like tweak her settings or something. I'm sorry.
She short-circuited.
She really was like short-circuiting. I started to get like, again, activated. Things that I've experienced so many times in my relationships in my past. Again, we had already spent like all this time together where like none of these things had been a factor whatsoever. Like I never worried about her being manipulative or anything like that. All of a sudden these behaviors are coming out.
And it was odd.
In these past couple times that she was drinking, and it was like very odd for me and also just very triggering because I could feel myself being so triggered just by the whole telling me that that her lying to me about what I had just experienced was actually because she was looking out for me and that I should be grateful and that she didn't do anything wrong. I shouldn't have called her out. Essentially, my feelings aren't valid. Mind you, I'm limping, you know?
She essentially says like, hey, would it be helpful if you just talk to Hunnie right now? She's just like, very glazed over. Clearly something's going on. I try to calm her down and she's just like, no, it's fine. I'm just gonna
She
go
was
for a
like
walk.
genuinely pushing past Honey's body, trying to get to the lake.
Yeah, she's like, it's fine. I'm just gonna go for a walk. It happens all the time. And I'm like, I get that, but it's not safe to be walking around the park at 1 o'clock in the morning alone as a woman. It's just not. She's slowly kind of starting to come back. Again, I can't really remember a lot of what she was saying because she was talking really fast. It didn't make a ton of sense. And she was just like, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And she starts crying. We both hear Brook Lynn sobbing across the parking lot.
Yeah.
Finally, Denver like kind of comes to and she's like, I hate to hear that. We have to go check on her. And I'm like, whoa, where did you go?
All of a sudden.
No, like literally it was terrifying because she was just like, I hate to hear that. Can we like go and check on her? And I go, yeah, we should. Whoa. Like she was, homegirl just popped back in and I'm just like, you were pushing past me trying to do something dangerous and self-destructive just now and all of a sudden you're just back. It's like she'd sobered in half a second and I was like, whoa, okay. And so I'm holding her hand because she's still not doing well. We get over to you and I just see blood everywhere. Her hands are covered in blood. She's weeping. No, sorry, she's wailing in the street. And then I'm like, okay, everybody, let's go inside.
Poor fucking girl. Oh my god. She's literally the best friend ever. Like, I was actually like really fucking down horrendous. Damn, like I've put in all this work on myself, like trying to attract better people. I really thought that this relationship was different and I still want it to be different. And I was like just bargaining. Damn, like if this doesn't work out and if I just like lose her, then what does that mean? Like I was just kind of like, I don't really know if I could ever open myself up again. And she's like actively breaking my trust right now after everything that I've been through. I finally opened my heart up again. And is it gonna amount to this moment?
When homegirl's stressed, bloody noses a lot. You haven't had one in a really long time. Let's go! When you were dating her, you got bloody noses.
I'm not even kidding, like every day.
And it was also like around this time of year. And so I was like, in my mind, I was like, maybe it's the heat, maybe it's the dryness or some shit.
I really was getting bloody noses like every fucking day.
Go inside. Denver is still kind of gaslight. I'm just trying to mediate the conversation. Emotions are high and sometimes you just need a level head to just like,
yeah,
you know, get everybody on the same page. You had stopped weeping. You were just like plugging your nose with some tissues. Did she start like talking?
She started talking and she was just saying the same things that she had been saying. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. Tell me what I did wrong.
Brook Lynn had already communicated, hey, I got triggered by this, this, and this.
And then she was like, tell me again.
And
we
then
ended up having that same conversation like 3 times,
yes,
or maybe more. She just kept asking me to explain what was wrong and then kept getting defensive every time that I explained what was wrong. I was like, okay, well, this isn't going anywhere. And then she was like, okay, let me try again. Finally calmed myself down enough, did some deep breathing, and I was like, okay, like I'm feeling really triggered right now. Like I was feeling like my whole body was hot. Like I was feeling like I couldn't breathe. I started taking deep breaths and I finally calmed down enough to be like, I'm still committed to this relationship. And as soon as I said that, the whole thing just fell. And she was like, oh, I see how that would have been manipulative and like I see why that was wrong. I don't know, I still didn't feel quite right about it, but we ended up getting to a resolution is the point. I was able to calm myself down enough to give her some reassurance. And then once I gave her that, then she was like, oh, now I can hear you.
Okay, the flip is also just crazy because I was like, I'm not driving home. I don't think I had a car at that point. Yeah, and so I'm like, I'm not gonna make them drive me home. I don't have the money to Uber. Is it okay if I stay? And she's like, absolutely, yes. And then she starts getting me things for bed, helping me set up my bed. And I was like, okay, all right, queen. I guess we're doing much better. The fast pace of the flip and the switch is completely like not present, terrified, and looping, not really making any sense. Being really defensive and somewhat aggressive to like, can I get you like your blankets? Do you want an extra pillow or something? And I was like, I guess we're good. Okay.
You're like, sure, an
like,
extra
yeah.
pillow would be nice.
Yeah, that would be great. And she's like, do you want the fan? I was like, sure. Okay. Thank you. Spooky! That was that situation. That's not when the breakup happens. The breakup is coming soon.
And with that, chapter 3, a trip within a trip.
A trip within a trip.
I felt a sense of doom approach as I watched her finish her 7th drink again. Went into the car window, go upstairs to find Denver in the bathtub, blood streaming down, screaming, this is all Brooke's fault.
Going off on this thing of, I can't believe I came out for this.
I just see her eyeball underneath the door. Oh my god! I open the door. It's her body. She got away,